So to Meisner, my father.
Strange how his travels coincide exactly with those of the infamous Dr. Herman Deal. Is it possible that this war criminal and this innocent professor are one and the same?
This is a lie. My father is a dedicated teacher. His dream has been to come to America.
Oh, Ilsa, I'm a successful columnist. No one keeps secrets from me.
But this is a lie.
Well, will the regents and the alumni of Benton College think it's a lie when I print it in my column? Will parents risk exposing their children to such...
Stop it!
Of course, I don't have to publish any of it.
Let her go, Mr. Ambrose. Take your hands off of her. Down, Sir Galahad.
Steve, don't.
Pick up on the Herman Deal story. Is it possible that this sinister sycophant, whose devious travels have led him through all the dark back alleys of international politics, has come to roost at last at Benton College? The tainted talents of Dr. Herman Deal and Professor Meisner are alike in every...
Al Bingham had covered everything from weddings to war in his long career as a reporter. But murder, close at hand, left a trace of shock even on his face.
I'll never get used to sudden death, Herb. To get this story, I didn't even have to put on my hat.
Who's this Steve Larkin they're holding?
Worthwhile young guy. With a smile you can warm your hands on. Good, too. In a year, he worked himself up to be leg man for Mills Ambrose. You can call that up.
Violent disagreement on a story was given as a motive. It's a little fuzzy coming from you, Al.
Maybe I'm getting soft, Herb.
That'll be the day. Who are you protecting?
The gentle ones. Mills was bothering a girl named Ilsa Meisner, but she didn't want to be bothered. So he sent Steve out to dig up some background on her father, professor from the old country. Mills planned to dirty up that information, threatened to run it unless the girl came around.
A real Sir Galahad.
Oh, yeah. When Steve found out what he was being used for, he flipped. Made some wild threats. But Weston is holding him on next to nothing, actually, just the threats. And a description that fits. Of course, the kid has got no alibi, but who has?
Al, are you asking me to go see him?
Steve? I'm Herb Maris.
You're a friend of Al's.
That's right. Did you kill Mills Ambrose? Well, either you did or you didn't.
Look, if Mills was in this room right now, I'd kill him with my bare hands.
Those are just words, Steve. Let's get down to facts.
All right. He sent me out on a big human interest story. And I went to those people as a friend. I ate all my meals in their home. I liked being with them. The professor told me anything I wanted to know about his life. And that wasn't easy. And I turned in every word.
Go on, Steve.
Well, it just got so when I turn in something new, I could I could almost see him twisting it in his mind. And then yesterday, Elsa called. She said Mills wanted to see her about a story on the college. Well, that didn't sound right to me. So I was watching. When that door opened, and I saw her trying to fight him off, boy, that was it.
What happened last night?
I drove her home, stayed there till about 10 o'clock. When we told the professor what had happened, he looked like he'd been kicked right in the stomach. You can call it just words if you want to, but I'd kill Mills Ambrose every day in the week for that.
Well, there's only one death to a customer, Steve. Did you kill him?
Ask the police.
What's that you've got there?
Oh, Mills was dictating into it when he was shot. You want to hear a murder?
The tainted talents of Dr. Herman Deal and Professor Meisner are alike in every...
There it is. Complete with the murderer's rubber heel getaway.
Because the footsteps are soft?
That's right. You know, I've listened to this thing over 40 times, and I can't help feeling that somewhere in there, the murderer left his signature.
Pretty illegible up to now.
Let's have another look in his office. Well, Herb, nothing's changed.
If he was at his desk, the shots came from where?
Know about that? Hi, Al. Come on in.
Al?
Anything new?
I haven't talked to Steve since I saw you, but Herb did.
What do you think, Herb?
My hunch is he didn't do it.
Hunch, crystal balls, Ouija boards, everything but solid evidence.
Who found the body?
Cleaning crew, but nobody heard the shot.
Steve's notes?
Yeah. Ilse and her father were home all night, but they can't prove it except by each other.
I'd like to talk to them.
So would I.
Go ahead. Why don't you? I'll stay here. We've been over this room a dozen times. Haven't been able to prove anything, so I'm going to go over it again.
Okay.
Father, these are Steve's friends, Mr. Bingham and Mr. Maris.
How do you do, Professor?
Professor Meisner? Steve refuses to admit or deny whether he killed Mills.
I see.
Has either of you spoken to him since he left you?
No.
You told the police you were both at home. Have you any way to verify this?
Only our word.
Papa.
Well, it's all right. Ilsa, I think you better go back to your studies, huh?
Thank you, Elsa. And don't worry.
Gentlemen, what would you say if I told you that I killed Mills Ambrose?
Professor, where was Mills sitting when he was shot?
At his desk.
That was in the papers. Was he typing or dictating?
He was typing.
He was dictating, Professor. It's not as easy as it looks.
There must be some way to help. I'm sure there must be something.
There is. We'll find it.
Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Meisner. And we'll keep in touch with you.
Yeah, thank you.
Herb, I just had a thought. You know Everett Cummings, don't you?
Writes feature articles for the women's page?
She knows everything that goes on. Now, Steve used to confide in her. I think she'll talk to you. Maybe she has an angle.
Oh, I gave Steve a booster, too, when he first first started. After all, Mills wasn't exactly easy to work for. Oh, hi, Miss Jennings.
Hi, bro.
In case you can't guess it, we're talking about Mills.
Oh, charming fellow.
He was, in his own way, knew what he wanted, knew how to get it.
And it got him killed.
That can happen to anybody. Al Bingham had that column first, you know. Poor old Al, chugging along with honesty and integrity. The readers couldn't have cared less. Then Mills took it away from him, and in 3 years it was selling papers coast to coast.
As I remember, you were a cog in that wheel.
Well, you bet I was. Mills gave me my first job, you know. Secretary. As a matter of fact, I never quite got over working for him. I was feeding him items right up to yesterday.
Didn't it bother you what he did with those stories?
Some, but let's face it, fellas. It wasn't the professor's story that caused that trouble. It was the professor's daughter.
The feminine angle?
My specialty. Excuse me, gotta run.
Thanks, Edward. You know, it completely slipped my mind that Al used to write that column.
Mine, too. It's so different now. Supposed to meet Al at headquarters. When he found out I had a record of the murder, he couldn't wait to hear it.
What was that?
When Al found out that I had a record of the murder, he couldn't wait to hear it.
He knew about that record.
No, he couldn't have, Herb. I just told him about it 2 minutes ago.
When we were talking to Professor Meisner, he knew about that record.
He did?
He knew that Mills was dictating when he was shot.
Oh, no.
Well, what took you so long? I said, what took you so long? My shoes. What is this?
Al, you're an old hand. You don't want me to draw you a picture, do you?
Look,
The session of questions and answers was short but grueling. An hour later, Weston had Al Bingham's detailed confession in his hand.
Why? Herb, of all the people in the world, why Al Bingham? He's been the first man on more murder scenes than I have. He knows better.
What'd Al say about the gun?
It was a little Belgian job, like we figured. A war souvenir. It's probably in the bottom of the river somewhere.
Funny he'd make a slip like that about that recording.
Well, I can see that. But I take a dim view of detective missing that piece of mud from the bottom of his shoe the first time.
John, just between you and me, do you think that he really...
That's beside the point, Herb. Look, I've got no choice. Al's confession checks against every known fact in the case. But what?
But Al Bingham has been around too long. He's seen too much. He's much too intelligent to commit murder.
Pure sentiment, Herb.
John, if you were going to rig evidence and make it stick, what would you say would be the prime requisites?
Be on the scene and be smart.
Such as certain policemen, certain killers, perhaps, or a hard-working reporter?
Well, this is some sort of a compliment being tracked down all the way back here.
Al told me you knew everything that was going on. True?
I know enough. Try me.
Did you know he confessed to Mills' murder?
Confess? Al Bingham? I don't believe it, Lieutenant.
He's my friend, too. I wouldn't kid about a thing like that.
You mean he confessed just out of the blue?
Not quite. He tripped over a record. One Mills was dictating when he was shot.
Oh. Well, he hated Mills for years, but why would he wait till now?
That's an answer we came to you for.
I'll give you an answer, a simple one. Al Bingham didn't do it.
Oh, for Pete's sake, I'm with you. All I want is the facts to substantiate it.
Now listen, John Weston, I've known Al and you for a good long time. And confess it or not, Al would no more commit a murder than you would. You might as well lock me up. I had more of a reason to do it than Al did.
You? Steve, Professor Meisner, Al, and now you. Everybody's confessing to this case. That's all I need is another confession. For that matter, I thought you were one of Mills' fans.
Well, this is sort of a twist. One of those sob sister stories, you might say. I had a 15-year crush that didn't work out, so maybe I killed him. Confused? Another thing, John. You know your men wouldn't have overlooked that mud.
If Al didn't do it, why did he frame himself? Then back it up with an ironclad alibi.
Obviously, he's protecting Steve.
Why?
I don't know all the answers, so they were friends.
Not good enough. They're no Damon and Pythias.
I agree. It just doesn't make sense.
It sure doesn't. Al's been a complete loner all his life.
Oh, no, Lieutenant. He had a wife once.
Oh, Steve. The police seemed so sure. I was awfully afraid.
I know, I was too, Elsa. Where's your father?
Oh, he has already gone home. What happened? Why did they release you?
Well, Al Bingham confessed.
Al Bingham?
I know. It's kind of hard to believe, isn't it? What's wrong?
Oh, nothing to worry about, Steve. Just a couple general things to be cleared out.
Maybe you can shed some light on this, Steve. Al's motive for hating Mills goes back a long time.
Oh, you mean Mills taking the column away from him?
That's right. Why did Al wait such a long time, then pick last night to kill him?
I don't know.
Well, maybe he took advantage of your threats against him and used you as a patsy.
Al? That's crazy.
Is it? How good a friend of yours is he, Steve? How long have you known him?
Since I was 18,
How'd you meet?
he just showed up one day. My parents had been killed in an accident the night before. Al said he was an old friend of theirs and just took over for me.
You've been close ever since?
Every time I got in a bind, I'd look up and there'd be Al to bail me out. Oh, believe me, he wouldn't use me for a patsy. Not Al.
Well, Herb, you've got to admit it looks like the professor.
You can't call it identification. One face in the crowd that far away.
Yeah. You know, this Dr. Deal is a real cautious fella. No records, no pictures, except this.
You'd be cautious, too, with half the world after you.
Yes, I might even change my name to Professor Meisner and hide out in a small college like Benton. Come in.
Hi, Lieutenant. Mr. Maris? Steve? Lieutenant, I've come to see Al. I've got to see him.
Well, Al doesn't want to see anybody, Steve.
Why not?
That's his business. This isn't a zoo, as you well know. Look, I can't force it.
Well, could you persuade him, Mr. Maris?
Hello, Steve.
Al.
Like me to leave?
No, what for? We don't have any secrets, do we, kid?
No.
Well, I appreciate your warming this place up for me, kid.
Anytime, Al. Al, what can I...
Nothing. Don't do anything. Everything's just the way I want it. You understand?
Okay. But...
No buts. Just listen. What's done is done. Now, don't worry about it. Just forget it. You'll do all right. You just take care of yourself. And if Ilse, she'll have you. Now get out of here and don't ever come back. I don't feel very sociable, Herb.
One thing before I leave. What's your wife's last name?
Let it alone, Herb.
No.
Please. I asked you in, now I'm asking you out.
It's too late.
The mighty hunter has his nose in the wind, is that it?
I want the truth.
And I want justice, but they're not synonymous. Herb, don't do this.
How'd you make out, huh?
I don't know for sure. I know this. Al is scared to death that we're going to uncover something.
Excuse me. Weston. Yeah, go ahead. Mm-hmm. Maiden name, Dorothy Pringle. Yeah. Are you sure about that? Okay, thanks. Al Bingham left his wife just 7 months before his son was born. 2 years later, she married a man by the name of Barry Larkin.
Steve is Al's son.
So now we have a man who knew his son was about to commit a murder and got there ahead of him.
No. The man who was scared to death his son did commit a murder. The son he ran out on. A man desperate to make it up to that son. And smart enough to frame himself. A man who knows every line in the face of murder.
You're right, Herb. Al could have done it, and he almost did.
You realize, of course, this puts us right back where we started.
Not quite, Herb. Listen, I'm tireder and meaner now. I got this tape back from the DA's office, and I'm going to go over it when I get back, over and over and over again, till I find out something in that tape that identifies Al as the murderer. And this may identify Professor Meisner after all.
Well, just the man I want. Can I see Al?
He's not seeing anybody of him.
His idea or yours?
His? I'm sorry.
Hey, you two men seem in an awful hurry for men who've just gotten a full confession.
We just kicked Al's confession into a cocked hat. Excuse us, sir.
Herb, this time we'll dig deep. In spite of the professor's hard luck story, Oates' pretty face, or Steve's boyish smile. This time...
That's not all, John. We'll have to look at all of Mills' people.
Oh, that suits me.
Wait a minute.
Herb, what are you doing?
One newspaper reporter knew enough to make himself look guilty. There's no reason it wouldn't work in reverse.
Well, what are we going back for?
I have to check on something. Now's the time. It'll only take a minute.
Sinister sycophant, whose devious travels have led him through all the dark back alleys of international politics, has come to roost at last at Benton College.
Well, can't blame a reporter for prying.
Well, I mentioned this to you. You didn't seem very interested.
Well, John, after all, good reporter develops a poker face.
Well, what happened to your poker face when Al confessed?
Well, that was a shock. I know Al so well.
You know murder well, too, Everett.
Well, of course I do. A reporter of my experience.
Only a reporter with experience would be able to rig evidence. Like yourself.
I suppose that's true. If there was any reason to.
Wait a minute. What did you do just then?
Took a cigarette.
No. It was something else.
John. The sound. The sound. You closed your purse.
So?
Yes. You wanted to hear this tape, didn't you, Everett? Listen.
Dr. Herman Deal and Professor Meisner are alike in every...
You closed your purse then as well, didn't you, Everett? After dropping in the gun.
You knew Mills would be dictating. And you knew police work. Almost the perfect crime. Down to the rubber heels on a pair of men's shoes. But you closed your purse.
Everett, you want to hear it again?
No, John, don't. Mills made a fool of me. He led me on for years and years. And then finally, 6 months ago, he just told me it was all over. There'd been a lot of other girls. They didn't worry me. And then this Ilsa, he made a complete fool of himself over this girl who didn't want him the way I did. And then on top of that, he did everything he could to get me fired. I just couldn't take it all. I shot him.